Hello all, this is Jedi Crow with another haul video for the week of October 13th, 2022. And usually this would be the part where I start off showing off the comic books. I don't have any comic books this week. Reason being, the comic book store closed today. There is a comic book convention out of town. They are there, so the comic shop is closed until next week. So I'll just have to wait till next week to get the books. Not the end of the world. But I do have a bunch of Blu-rays. So we'll start off with this anime title. It is called Burn the Witch. This is set in the Bleach universe. Whereas Bleach takes place in Japan, Burn the Witch takes place in London, England. Instead of hollows, which are what they call basically demons in the Bleach universe, they fight dragons, but it's otherwise the same premise. We have mysterious defenders, in this case witches instead of Shinigami, that protect the world from phantom threats that they cannot see. And it was a 3-episode OVA, and it was re-edited into a movie. This set has both the OVA version and the movie version. Alright, the rest I got are Tokusatsu. Amazon had, I guess, kind of a clearance sale on a lot of Ultraman Blu-ray, so I figured I'd take this opportunity to catch up. Starting with Ultraman Taro. This is the complete series. It is the 6th of the original Ultraman series, which were released in regular and in steelbook editions. I've been collecting all the steelbooks. Let's take out the slipcover. Take out the slipcover. It's a translucent front. So there's the front of the case without the slipcover. There's the back. I'll open her up. I'll pick that up in a minute. But you can see the discs are, there's like a 6-disc set on 2 hubs. So let me pick up that disc that dropped. Excuse me. Alrighty. And what I liked about the steelbook editions, they came with these booklets. They're basically episode guides, so they have pictures for every episode and synopsis. In the back, they have like a nice guide of all the different kaiju. That's pretty cool. That was the 6th set. I have the first 5 sets already. I've gotten them over the years. That would be Ultra Q, Ultraman, Ultra 7, Return of Ultraman, and Ultraman Ace. So that Ultraman Taro was the 6th, and this is the 7th. It is Ultraman Leo. And there's the side. There is the back. I'm going to be kind of brief on this, because while I have watched a few Ultraman here and there, I'm not as familiar with them as I am with Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. I do appreciate the series, but that would explain why I waited until they were on sale to get all these sets. There is, again, 6 discs on 2 hubs. Not the ideal way to pack them, but this is steelbook, so what are you going to do? And again, we got this nice booklet, episode guide, and kaiju listed in the back. Alright. Excuse me for a second as I put this back. Alright, now we're going to jump ahead to some more modern Ultraman series. Again, these were also on sale. We have Ultra Galaxy Mega Monster Battle. This series is kind of unique, and even though it does have an Ultraman, in this case Ultraman Zero and Belial, it is more focused on the kaiju. In fact, I want to say Gomora is more of the protagonist hero, not counting the human protagonists, of course, in this one. Gomora being probably one of the most iconic of the Ultraman kaiju, right up there with Baltan and King Joe. Right, there's the case art. I like it when the case art is different from the slipcover art, and it's good shot of Gomora. There's the back. This one has the discs on pages, which is I prefer that over putting all of them on single hubs. This is actually two series. The original Ultra Galaxy Mega Monster Battle, and then the second season, which was called Ultra Galaxy Mega Monster Battle Neo, or Never Ending Odyssey. And the set also includes the movie, which flips the name around a little bit. Mega Monster Battle Ultra Galaxy, the movie. So, 2 seasons and a movie. Cool. Next up, we have Ultraman Zero, the Chronicle, the complete series. So, Ultraman Zero did eventually get his own series. I want to say this is like a 6-disc set. As you can see, this one's got some non-Ultraman heroes in here. I can't remember his name or the robot's name. I do remember the fire guy is called Glenfire, and this is an evil version. I think it's like an evil robot copy of Ultraman Zero called Darklop Zero. And there's the back. Open it up. Different artwork. Again, I love it when the artwork on the case itself is different. Oh, there's Ultra 7, because Ultraman Zero is actually Ultra 7's son. He's kind of like a younger Ultraman, so he's a little more brash than most other Ultramen. Kind of like why 7 or 0 is kind of cool. There does be some artwork in the inside. It's a black and white image of Ultraman Zero. Alright, and then this last one just came today as far as like Ultraman go, and this is a movie, Superior 8 Ultra Brothers. This came out from the mid-2000s. I can't remember for sure if it celebrated an anniversary. It might have, but it's a team-up of 8 different Ultraman. It's not all the Ultramen, even all the Ultramen at the time of this movie. It's just 8 of them, but they did pick them from different eras. So you have like the original Showa era with there's Ultraman and Ultra 7. That might be Zaffi and OG Ultraman. I always get those two mixed together. And then you got some Ultramen from the Heisei era, like Dyna and Gaia. And there was some Mabius from the 2000s. I'm missing all of them. Again, I appreciate Ultraman. I'm not as hardcore into them as I am with Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, or even the next franchise I'll be covering in just a second. Just one disc in there because it's a movie, so that's cool. This was only $8, by the way, and the other sets were either $15 or less. So it was a great time to catch up. I think there's only maybe 1 or 2 Ultraman proper series that I'm missing now, and I still got to get Gridman, but otherwise I have almost everything that Mills Creek put out now, so really good. Last one, this just came out this week, and it is not Ultraman. It's not even from Tsuburaya. It's from Toei, released from Discotech under their Toku Time label, and it is Space Sheriff Gaben. This is the original Metal Heroes series. Metal Heroes was another franchise that Toei had through the 80s and 90s. It was paired up with Super Sentai until the brand was retired with one of the, it was a more cartoonish series called Kabutak. Then we had like 1 year with a different series that called Changerian, which technically isn't officially a Metal Hero series, but honestly it could be considered a Metal Hero series because I mean it's robots and stuff. And then after that, Kamen Rider Kuga, which we got last week, showed up, and Kamen Rider was back on TV, and Metal Heroes was retired, and the characters do still show up every now and then, either with a movie or they guest star in more so Super Sentai. They might have guest starred in a Kamen Rider here and there. I can't really. No, I think I want to say it was Kakaida, which is technically not a Metal Hero series. It predates that. I think Kakaida guest starred in a Kamen Rider series. But anyway, Metal Heroes, they show up in Super Sentai every now and then, and a few of them actually made it into the Power Rangers adaptions. Gaben, one of them. Although technically that was a different version of Gaben. That was Gaben Type G. This is the original one. The suits look nearly identical, though. You would have to compare them side by side to really tell the differences. But anyway, Gaben showed up in Power Rangers Beast Morphers as Captain Chaku. There's the back. Let's show you the case work here. Very nice. This was, I think, 1980 or 1981. So that's why his sword looks suspiciously like a lightsaber, because, you know, Star Wars was the big thing. There's the back. And I appreciate that Discotech actually put different artwork on the different discs. That was like a minor complaint I had about the Kamen Rider Kuga set from last week, that all the discs had the same artwork. It's ultimately an insignificant detail. I mean, it doesn't ruin the set by any means. It's just, I appreciate it when they do go that extra mile for the presentation of the package. But ultimately, what's most important is the quality of the discs themselves and the show. Video quality, audio quality, and story quality. But this isn't even the first Metal Hero series that was released by Discotech. A couple years ago, they released the 5th Metal Hero series, Just Beyond. However, that one was one of their soft SD on Blu-ray, SD on BD, I think is what they call it, where it's DVD quality, it's not HD. They could cram a lot of episodes on just a handful of discs, but I don't usually go for those unless it's a series that we're probably not going to get any other way. But this is the first one that is proper HD. They actually were able to use the masters and remaster it in HD. So that's cool. Hopefully this sells well, and we'll get more Metal Hero series. I would like to see them do the rest of the Space Sheriff trilogy, because not only is this the first Metal Hero series, but it was also the first of a trilogy called the Space Sheriff trilogy. So you had Charvan, who was red, kind of a shiny red armor, and Scheider, who had blue armor. And Scheider actually appeared in the U.S. as VR Trooper Ryan Steele. That was his upgraded armor in the second season. In fact, 2 other Metal Hero series would be adapted into VR Troopers. You had the 4th Metal Hero series, Spielbund. That would be the J.B. Reese and Caitlin Starr footage for VR Troopers. And then the 6th or 7th Metal Hero series, I want to say it's the 6th, Batalder. That would be... It was a homage to Kakaida. And Metalder would be the Season 1 Ryan Steele footage. And then that would still not be done with adapting Metal Heroes in the US, because the later ones, B-Fighter and B-Fighter Kabuto, would be adapted into Big Bad Beetleborgs and Beetleborgs Metallics, respectively. And we've had Gaben, like I said earlier, show up in Power Rangers as Captain Chaku, and another Metal Heroes character, Jiraiya, would show up in Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel as Sheriff Skyfire. And I want to say there was a couple more Metal Heroes characters that guest starred in an episode or 2 of Beetleborgs. I think it was Jan Person and the other RoboCop knockoff. There was like 2 RoboCop knockoffs, Jan Person, and I'm blanking on the other one. But Metal Heroes was kind of cool because they did different themes, but they were more experimental than Super Sentai was. Super Sentai, up until recent years, was very committed to formula. But when the brand retired, when Kamen Rider came back, Kamen Rider adopted a lot of elements of Metal Heroes, like the more diverse themes or styles to the shows. Like some of the Kamen Rider shows could be very samey, but some of them are very different. And of course, the armor, like Showa era Kamen Riders are more spandex-y or jumpsuits, and Heisei and Reiwa era Kamen Riders are more armored, and it pays. So that's another reason why Metal Heroes has never really made a full comeback, is if they came back now, it would be kind of redundant because comic writers taking a lot of their elements that made them unique. But anyway, glad to have Goblin. I hope the set sells well. I did my part, bought mine. I'm talking about it, letting you guys know it exists, and hopefully we get more, because I would like to see the rest of the Space Sheriff trilogy at the very least. I would like to see all of them. I even like to see Jaspion redone in proper HD, but that'll only happen if this set sells well. That's how it works. Anyway, no figures this week. Should have 2 weeks worth of comic books next week. Blu-rays, I got one set pre-ordered that'll show up next week, but other than that, it's going to be much lighter than this week. So, but anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video to the end. You have a great week. Have a great weekend. Later.